And now the Hansons and Hiatus podcast with Nate and Alexis.
Happy Friday, fuckers. It is episode 91 of the Hansons on Hiatus podcast. I'm your host, Nate, and this is my wife, Alexis.
Hey, guys. How's it going?
And don't forget to support the podcast. buymeacoffee.com/Hansons on Hiatus. You can buy us some virtual beers that we will drink every Friday for the last 6 years.
We have and we will.
And also, as we said last time, if you missed last episode, the monthly Fucky Supporter program that is built into Spotify, they are discontinuing it at the end or the beginning of January, end of the year, January 2nd, 2025. So if you are one of our Fucky supporters, some of the new ones we've had are Brienne, Chrissy, Luis P, Luis A, Christina, thank you so much for being part of the program. We have set it up so now on hansonsonhiatus.com we have our Patreon. We're basically the same thing. Instead of doing the $9.99, it's you can be a little fucky for $1, you can be a medium fucky for $5, or you can be a big old fucky for $10.
Woohoo! I like it.
And they're basically like a monthly membership kind of program, and you can use Patreon for a number of different things. But as far as us with the podcast, you can offer different things. So like if you wanted to be, a big old fucky, different podcasts or projects can include certain things. So you could be like, you get a shout out on the episode or, whatever. So if you guys right now, we're just having it be donations. So if you just love the podcast and you want to support us monthly with whatever you're comfortable with, we really appreciate it. Thank you to everyone that is a supporter so far. But let us know if you have any ideas. So go to hansonsonhiatus.com, go to the Patreon. I did a little post up there. And let us know if you have any ideas of what you want included. So like a little fucky, we could, say your name every month or something. Medium fucky, we could, I don't know, like make you a custom t-shirt or something that we'll put on our store for you and your friends and family to buy or something. Or, we could do a shout out on my beer chug to you or something. Yeah. So, or a free sticker or whatever. But if you guys have any ideas of something you'd be interested in that would get you to subscribe and be a monthly fucky supporter, let us know.
I was thinking people would ask for, hey, I want Nate and Alexis to send me a video saying happy birthday or happy holidays.
Yeah, just kind of like the cameo kind of thing.
Yeah, I miss that kind of stuff. That was fun.
we might be able to do like stickers and stuff, but it's hard for us because we can't ship things out here from Mexico to the U.S.
It's a little difficult.
But like stickers we could probably do, but like merch, like, shirts and hats and stuff, that's a little more, tough for us. So. So if you guys got any ideas of something you'd be interested in, let us know. Like we're really open to whatever, any kind of ideas. So thank you very much. And as usual, like, follow, share, subscribe, Spotify, YouTube, Instagram, iTunes, YouTube Music at Hansons on Hiatus.
Perfect.
Yes.
Perfecto.
And if you are in the Spotify listener program, I would just say hang on to it until they discontinue it, and then you can flip over to Patreon. So just an idea.
Good suggestion.
But last week was Thanksgiving, or last Thursday.
Yeah.
And we kind of talked about what we were going to do because we, had recorded the episode before Thanksgiving.
Yes.
And I think we knocked it out of the park.
I would say so. I'd say it was a successful 2024 Thanksgiving.
Yeah. So I made some sangria, and I've never made sangria before. We get it at a lot of the restaurants here.
Yeah.
And, there's a red sangria and a white sangria. But I never really knew what went into making one.
I didn't either. I get it at a lot of the different bars and restaurants around here, and I love sangria. So when I was so excited when you asked me what do you want our Thanksgiving drink to be this year, we usually make hot apple cider or something like that. Sangria was the way to go.
Yeah. So I did like a traditional red sangria, and I just followed a recipe that I found online or something. I didn't realize what all went into sangria because the ones we get here are like lemonade and red wine, and then throwing some fruit in there.
Yep.
But I went by this recipe, and I got red wine from from Spain, because
Yes.
that's where the drink is from.
You went real quick, popped over to Spain real quick.
Yep, real quick, right back. I got some airline points. But no, so like there's a couple different wines. I can't remember the names of them. They're like these different wines or different grapes or whatever from Spain.
Yeah.
And what you want is you want a really dry wine, a dry red wine, because there is a lot of fruit and juices and other things in it. So you don't want
Balances
to,
it out.
yeah, you don't want a sweet red wine and then, add in all this fruit and other kind of juice things in it. So, yeah. So I did this red wine from Spain, and then I put brandy. It calls for brandy in it.
Didn't know there was
Not my
brandy
old
in
coworker.
it. Not Brandy Britton.
Yeah. But yeah, then you put some brandy in it, and then we also triple sec, and that's like an orangey liqueur. But we also had this other one that somebody gave us when they were moving out, and it was like a cherry liqueur.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I'm going to throw a little bit of that in there too.
Yeah.
So did a little bit of that. It also calls for lemonade concentrate, just like a half a cup of it, I think. But we don't really have that here as far as I've seen, the
I haven't seen
frozen
it.
cans. So I did lemon juice. And as far as fruits, I did lemons, limes, navel oranges, blood oranges, maraschino cherries, and what else did I do? An apple.
Apples.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you put it all in the container and you let it sit overnight. Oh, and I did cinnamon sticks too.
Yeah.
Give a little bit of cinnamon,
Cinnamon's little taste.
But I left overnight, and what did you think?
I thought it was amazing. 2 glasses, and I was feeling buzzed.
Woohoo.
And then everyone else that had a drink or a sip, big favorite of your sangria.
Yeah.
Big fan.
It was good. It was
It
good.
was really good.
And then there was all this fruit and stuff left over.
So much fruit.
So I was like, what do we do with it? Well, and I was eating the apples because those are easy to
It's
eat.
easy to eat the apples and cherries, but the oranges and everything else was a little messy.
Yeah, well, and the oranges wouldn't be too bad, but even though the lemons and limes are also soaked in wine, I'm not sucking on a lemon or a lime typically. So it's
I'll put them in something else, but I'm not eating them.
Yeah. But so since we had all this fruit left over, basically, we just went and got some more wine, dumped it in there, and let it sit overnight. Boom, another batch.
Put it again. do it again.
Yeah. It's like watering down a drink or something, or putting water on your cereal like on Friday.
Oh yeah. You're like,
Put some water on it. It
I
won't
don't
hurt.
have anything.
But as far as food, I believe we talked a little bit about it last time, but for those who missed it, we have a hard time finding a small enough turkey for our air fryer, so we just do a rotisserie chicken. We got that from the grocery store,
Delicious.
like $5. What else did I made a green bean casserole,
Mashed potatoes.
mashed potatoes, mac and cheese. We made some rolls, some crescent rolls.
Yeah.
And I
have crescent rolls.
yeah, I just did that I know one of our friends was like, did you make that like from scratch? I was like, oh, no. I mean, I could have.
Yeah.
I just didn't have the time in my mini kitchen to be able, like, I'm making the whole meal. I was cutting a little bit of corner there.
Didn't have time or space. I didn't expect anything to be homemade here.
Yeah.
Handmade.
Same with the pumpkin pie. I use one of those pre-made graham cracker crusts because we don't get, at least that I've seen in the grocery stores around us, we don't get the pre-made pie crust, like the frozen crust.
Yeah.
And I didn't find any dough. I found some mix to make like your own crust, but I was like, I don't. And ain't nobody got time for that.
Yeah. Nobody
Bring
has
that
time for
back.
that. I don't have time to watch you do that.
Yeah. What else? Was that it? Oh, and then the jelly cranberry, of course.
That was my part.
Yes.
I did that. Excellent.
Yeah.
I feel like the worst woman in the world because you're like, I made this and this and this. And everybody's like, what are you doing, Alexis? I'm like, I'm drinking, eating snacks, and watching football.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, you asked to help, but you really can't just because the size of our kitchen.
Yeah.
It's just like the phrase "too many cooks in the kitchen" is the struggle is real with that because you would just be in the way, or I would be in the way if you were making something. So it's just easier for me to just do everything.
And you really enjoy it. I was playing cleanup crew. So anytime you were done with a big bowl or pot and you're like, I'm going to need this later for something else, I was there cleaning, picking it up, making sure there wasn't a pile of dishes all around.
Yeah, you're I don't know, what do they call that? It's not the sous chef, right? Like that's like the assistant or something. There's
Dishwasher.
Yeah, there's not. I don't know. I thought there was a name for that. It's like somebody that's like the cleanup crew, like you were saying.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's probably like a fancy name.
I'm your backup.
Yeah.
Backup chef.
My backup bitch.
That's me.
But we were feeling a little bit like, I don't know, not sad, like not jealous. I don't know what the word is. That
A little remorseful.
yeah, there you
maybe?
go. That it's Thanksgiving. You're supposed to be surrounding yourselves by people that you're thankful for.
Yeah.
And we did everything by ourselves because we hate people.
Well,
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
To be clear, we don't hate all people. Just
No.
kidding. And it was kind of last minute. We really didn't know what we were gonna do. We were invited to other friends' parties and things, but you had gone out a few days before we were invited and got all of the things to make our Thanksgiving dinner.
Yeah.
Like, you love doing this. You love cooking. This is, holidays we love the tradition still, even though we're in Mexico, we still try and keep the tradition of decorating a little bit, making the foods that we love and want around that time. So that's usually our plan. We're going to eat and do our own thing here, and then we'll meet people after or before for drinks or something like that.
And like I've said before, a lot of our friends here will go out to like some restaurant or get it catered or whatever, and that's all fine and
fine.
whatever. That's just not my thing, because if I'm going to spend like $40, $50 a person or whatever it is, I want to have some leftovers.
Yeah.
I want to eat in my
That's our big thing,
house.
too.
I want to have my stretchy pants on.
Yes, I want to be comfortable and just chill
Yeah.
and eat and whatever.
But we had our friends, Charlotte and Jonathan, come over. Was it just them two? Or did anybody else come?
Well, then Shelly was here too.
Oh, right.
And we had a couple of neighbors, our neighbor Sydney, and I can't remember who else.
Yeah, and we just went up to the pool and had some sangria and some drinks because they were also doing the same thing. They were cooking their own dinner at their place, our neighbors. So, yeah, so it worked out good.
We had a little friends and we did our own thing, and we thought, I think what you're feeling is like we were gonna have all this food. We invited our neighbor Sydney over. She had plans, but we don't really have a lot of American friends around that weren't already, going to do something. So it was kind of just us. And also, I forgot what I was going to say.
Well, it must have been great.
It was. I don't know what I was going to say. Anyway, but yeah, it worked out fine.
Yeah.
And we could have invited people over, but that's what I was going to say. Our place is so small.
Yeah.
So it's like we're cooking here and we'd love to have one or two people over, but that's all we have room for.
Yeah.
We don't have room for anybody.
Well,
else.
and we could have people over. It's just how our place is set up. You
Yeah.
know, like the kitchen table. You can't, like, it's hard to watch football from here and
Right.
everything with more than two people.
Our
And this is
kitchen-
also our studio.
Yeah, it's like kitchen, dining room, podcast studio, work environment, all the things.
Yes, yeah. And while I'm making the pumpkin pie, I'm following the instructions on the can because it's one of those Libby like pumpkin pie filling cans,
It's got like the directions on the back. And
Exactly. So I'm following the directions, but then I see at the bottom that there is a link for a video, and I can follow some directions, but I just thought, let me check out the video and see how they're folding in these ingredients and how they're mixing everything together just to make sure that I'm doing it correctly. Because
fold in the cheese.
yeah. So the website is verybestbaking.com/video. And I don't know if you guys have ever used Google Lens, but you can hold the app with your phone up to some text that are on some kind of image or thing or whatever, and it'll pull out the text and search for it so that, I don't have to like type it all in or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
So I do that. I hold it up to the can and it shows the search results. And this is a Google Lens fail because it added an extra N in there. Porn.
I was like, what'd you get?
4 naughty teens swallow a huge white cock. Virgin porn.
Oh.
I mean, yeah.
Oh, my goodness. Oh,
clenches her
earmuffs.
pearls.
Ah. This is a family show, sir.
Yeah. So our neighbors are like knocking on the door like, hey, I smell pie. I'm here for the gangbang. What's up? Like, what kind of pumpkin pie is this? Oh, I'm sorry. I got the recipe for the cream pie.
Gross. I love where your creative mind goes to.
Yeah. So that was weird. So
Very
you might want to work on that Google Lens.
We use it for translation most of the time, so that's there's something wrong there.
Yeah. Yeah. So it just added an extra letter, which I'm sure it was. I mean, I don't know why it did that by mistake, but I'm sure the porn companies did that on purpose. They knew that website was there, like kind of like that. What was the Wicked? Some kind of toy or something for Wicked.
Oh, yeah.
And they put it was like Mattel or something. They put wicked.com on there, which is a porn site. It was supposed to be wickedthemovie.com.
Yes.
And they had to recall all the toys. So yeah, I bet the porn people plan that out.
Maybe, yeah. They were like, what what baking site do people go to the most, or what sites do people go to the most, and they take that and just add an extra letter because people mess up all the time.
Yeah.
Even Google Lens.
Yeah, apparently. Oh, shoot. So, and then another tradition that we have is the Black Friday, the next day after Thanksgiving. We get up early and we go eat our leftover pumpkin pie on the beach with some whipped cream. And oh, it's so good.
I don't know how we started this tradition, but I love it.
I think it was just the first year we were here. We thought it was so cool that we're eating pie on the beach, like, the day, because it's usually cold for where we're from.
Did we take Thanksgiving leftovers also? Like we made a little lunch maybe, and then also pie?
Maybe.
Or just pie?
I just remember the pie. This may be all we had left over. Who knows?
Yeah, maybe coffee and pie.
So I decide, and I always do my beer chug because it's always Friday. It's Black Friday.
Yep.
So I had a nice stout, and we go, and it's the same place we typically go to is right in front of this condo building. It's on, was it 40th? No, 42nd, I think.
42, yeah.
And so we're all set up. We got the ocean behind us. The condo building's right in front of us.
Pies are out. Whipped cream's on.
Yeah, I've already poured my beer. I got the camera, the lights, the camera action. We got it going.
Ready to go.
And they start doing
Cue Mexico.
Dude, they start doing crazy construction, and even the guys that are staying in the condo building come out and they're like, what the fuck is going on?
Poor people are drinking their coffee. Like, why?
They're cutting cement.
Yeah.
They're like jackhammer. It's just crazy. And then, so we're like, great. Like, this always happens when I'm trying to do a beer chug. It'll be like the most serene, peaceful thing ever. I'll be in the jungle or something, and like a dump truck will come by and just run its engine right by me for some reason.
It's
I
always
don't know how.
Some kind of noise, or the sun goes away right when you're about to do your chug. Like, are you kidding me right now?
Yeah, or it starts raining, or something crazy, or a gang of hooligans comes and just talks really loud right next to me.
Hooligans, love it.
Yeah. And then while we're waiting for the construction to subside, next to the construction, one of the condo units, I don't know, what were they? Were they Greek or French or something?
I don't know.
They came, like, this guy was screaming at his wife.
Yeah.
Just going off, just like yelling at her, like berating her for like 20 minutes. I mean, it was crazy.
Oh, yeah. They were. I thought he was just talking to his friend at first. And then you're like, no, I think his wife is up there. And then she finally stood up. He was yelling at her. He was letting her have it. She did not look happy at all. And next to the construction that's drilling in the hole in between their patio.
Yeah.
So I could see why they're probably a little tense.
Yeah. So, my beer chug on the beach, the soothing sounds of the ocean, the jackhammers, and the domestic disputes from tourists.
Perfect.
Love it.
Love it. Perfect Mexico. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So
I love that they knew they needed to do this construction. It looked like they were drilling holes in the patio
concrete
walls, in the concrete, to put up these kind of like storm, like hurricane almost drapes, something like that.
Like storm shutters kind of thing.
Yeah. So they're drilling that. But I'm just thinking, why would you do this right now? There's the bottom level of the hotel. Everyone's in there nice, chatting, joking around, having brunch. You can hear the plates and people are in line for buffet, and there's guests staying there. What's the best time to do construction, Mexico? Right when everybody's enjoying their breakfast in the morning. And it wasn't like super early, so I can appreciate that. But it was like 10 o'clock. You have guests there, and people are having brunch that are paying for your brunch. Everyone's just looking up like, what the fuck?
To be fair, like, not complaining, but we notice this often.
Yeah.
I don't know when the good time is, because they literally do this stuff any time of the day, 6 a.m, 11 o'clock at night, weekends, whatever, middle of the day. Like, there is no good time technically, like, on vacation, but like, definitely the day after a holiday at like 9 a.m. or whatever the fuck time it was, like, it's still not good.
That's a good point, though. I don't know when a good time. I don't want you doing it super early. I don't want you doing it super late. I don't want you doing it at noon while I'm sitting there eating your lunch buffet. I don't know.
I would say, though, noon. I would say noon, 1 or 2, because chances are, it's not too early. It's not too late. You're not eating breakfast and you're not eating dinner. but it's kind of, people are out. They're at the beach.
Yeah.
They're, out doing things. So maybe in the mid-afternoon, that would be the best. I mean, it'd still be annoying because then I guess you could say, oh, I'm taking a nap and you're whatever. But you're never going to please everybody.
Yeah.
But early and late is not the time.
Yeah, no.
Doesn't make any sense.
It's never ending.
Never ending. And speaking of never ending with issues with certain things here in Mexico, I'm going to update you on the Bici Playa, the bike rental that I had an issue with last week.
I'm so excited. I don't even know.
So to refresh everyone, we have these bikes that are like kind of city bikes that are shared, and you just use a QR code in the app and you have a membership or whatever, and you can use the bikes. You just have to put them back in the station. Mm-hmm. So last weekend I was dicking around and you guys were walking home and I jumped on a bike and I rode by like, wee! I thought it was so funny.
So funny.
And then I get to the bike station and I go to close it and it tells me I'm not in the bike station and it charges me 150 pesos. So I messaged them that night and I sent them pictures and videos like I'm in the fucking bike station. And they never answered.
For days.
Yeah, for days. So then on the app, there's a little button how you talk to them. And you hit the button and it says your membership number. Mm-hmm. And then it says, hey, here's my membership number. I need help. So the next day, and I think that was like Friday or Saturday. So Sunday, I hit that button. Hey, I need help. Nothing. Mm-hmm. Monday, hey, I need help. Nothing. I mean, at this point, like I was already planning to dispute it with my credit card.
Right. You're just gathering.
I'm gathering evidence, because usually when you dispute something, they'll ask you, hey, did you reach out to them and try to like resolve it before you came to us?
Yeah, did you give the company a chance to make it right?
Right. So I did. Yeah, I did. So I did this every day for 4 or 5 days. So I could show a screenshot of me sending the videos and stuff on the night it happened, and then every day going, hey, this is my number, I need help. Hey, this is my number, I need help. And so I have 4 or 5 of those. Finally, on the 5th day, I send it again, and then they're like, sure, what do you need help with? And I said, my bike,
scroll up.
my bike charged me, saying I wasn't in the zone, and I was in the zone. And we've had this issue before. I think we told it last time, where same deal. They said, oh no, your bike's down the street. And I'm sending you videos of me in the fucking parking spot. This is your bike. This is the bike we use. Here's, the signs and everything. It's in the right spot.
Real time.
And they still would not help. They're like, no, we won't refund it. And they gave me a hard fucking time about it. And I eventually had to do it on the credit card.
Yeah.
So I wonder if they got some shit about other people probably doing the same thing. Like they're just trying to keep the extra money, because let's be real, it's pretty cheap. It's $20 for the year.
It's really cheap. I would probably pay a little bit more to not have to deal with this stupid little fees and things.
Yeah. So that's probably how they make their money, is getting people on the fees, outside of the zone, riding your bike outside of the whatever.
Yeah.
So after I send that, I say, hey, I got charged for, being on the zone. They go, oh yeah, we'll send you a refund. It'll be back on your card in 24 to 48 hours. It's like, I didn't even have to say anything.
No problem.
Like, they either saw my messages or they just have had a lot of problems with, maybe the credit card company was like threatening to drop them. Like, hey, you got all these people disputing your charges. What the fuck are you doing? Exactly. So maybe they have to like refund them more easily now.
I'm sure they have to crack down on a lot of people, but we are not those people.
No, yeah. I mean, every time that we've only had 3 issues. One was going outside the zone, and then 2 was parking outside the zone. But all of those were their app's fault. Yeah. Like the GPS wasn't pinging where I actually was, and so the issues we've had were real.
Yeah, they were real.
Yeah. So.
Well, good. I'm glad you got it taken care of. Yep. I'm glad you didn't have to dispute it. Make sure that Bici Playa actually refunds you.
They did already. It's already back on my card. Boom.
Perfect.
$7, baby.
Yes,
and
you're
50 cents.
rich. That's another, membership to the bike. So why not?
What else did we do this weekend? Oh, we watched our old neighbors' Poogs.
Yes.
The Poogies.
We had double Poog action at our place. Petunia and Penelope.
Yeah. One is, is Petunia like 5, 6?
Probably 5 or 6.
Yeah, probably 5 or 6. And then the other one, Penelope, if you saw them on our Instagram stories, she's the baby. She's probably a year, maybe.
Yeah, probably a year old, maybe.
Still a puppy, but she's at that lanky, teenager puppy stage or whatever. So
strong, so bitey, so playful,
full of energy.
We're like,
oh my God. So I was kind of, if you haven't listened to a lot of the podcasts, we had a 14-year-old pug Tiger that passed last year, and we've been, kind of looking around and stuff. And this, for Christmas, I go, why don't we do this? Instead of going somewhere, why don't we go and like get a pug, like rescue a pug? And
so much pressure.
I'm kind of like second guessing. Like, I mean, I do want a new dog,
Yes.
but man, puppies are a lot of energy.
We got to be on our A game and I'm sure, we just watched them for a night and a day. So we didn't, they didn't know our schedule or our routine. Even right before we were about to give them back, Penelope, the younger pup, she was getting our routine already, and that we were being calm and take it easy. So she was already learning. So I know if we had our own pug puppy, it would be like Tiger.
Oh yeah, for
Hopefully.
sure. Yeah. But they were great. Well, one of the things we did realize is, Tiger, if we haven't talked about this before, maybe we have, Tiger's a little pothead.
He was.
He loved the pots.
He
Like if
did.
we were smoking, he'd come over and bite the clouds in the air, and he'd want us to blow it at him, and he'd be like, yeah.
Yeah.
So we tried that out with these pugs, and pretty much the same results. I mean, they
Yeah.
weren't biting it, but they were very interested in it.
Very
And
interested.
they did relax.
They did.
So Juan, if you're listening, sorry I drugged your pugs, but they deserved it, and they were very happy.
Pugs, not drugs.
Yeah. A pug dealer.
Yeah.
Uh,
they calmed right down. They loved it.
But yeah, they were super sweet. We just watched them for a day, but man, they were great.
They're so sweet. We had the best slumber party. We had a
Yeah.
lot of fun.
Yep. So
Watch them anytime.
anytime you want. But yeah, so Alexis, you got any new Airbnb stories?
I also have an update.
Ooh, okay.
On the remember the guests I was telling you about? They got in a fight. The one girl punched the other girl in the nose, and then when the other girl was checking out, our cleaning team noticed that there were towels missing, and one towel had like poop on it? Question mark.
Oh, poop towel.
Or poop towel. That's what we're calling the guest, poop towel.
Yeah.
Or makeup, or it was dirty, whatever. So we asked her originally on the Airbnb message, hey, this is what we're seeing. There's towels missing. Do you want to resolve it between us and not bring Airbnb in? She never replied. So we had to bring Airbnb in. We gave her pretty much like a week to respond. Filed a claim with Airbnb, let them know what was going on. She denied it. She declined it
Bitch.
and said, I was not in this room and did not use these items.
So she's blaming it on the girl she got in a fight with.
Sure, which is fine. You were there, though. Your party did something to these things. I don't care if you personally did. Your party did. So you were responsible.
Right.
Ultimately, whatever. So I filed back and said, understand that, but maybe it was because of the altercation you had with your travel buddy, and put the pictures in there and whatever. Airbnb refunded us like that.
Done.
They didn't even go back to her. They said refunded. They refunded a portion of the $42, like a little bit less, but that's okay. They refunded. Once they read that, they were like, approved.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's nice to have Airbnb on your side. If we went outside of Airbnb, we might not have been reimbursed for those towels and would have had to file maybe with insurance or whatever, but
yeah, who knows? But yeah, that's funny because I just saw a post in one of the expat groups, and they were talking about like book direct, save 30% or whatever,
which
for rentals. Which yes, that is true. If it's somebody that you can pretty much verify and has like reviews or whatever. But the good thing with Airbnb and Vrbo or VRBO or however you want to say it. Is it's that like peace of mind. I know it is a little bit, it's going to be more expensive than if you go outside and just do a direct with an owner.
Right.
But it's nice to have kind of a middle party to play police for you.
Right.
If you show up to an Airbnb and it's not like what it looked like in the pictures, or something happens where, they cancel on you last second or something, they will find a new one for you. They'll credit you. They'll change for you if it isn't what it looks like.
Mm-hmm.
Or if on the other side as a host like you guys, something happens, you don't have to go through legal trouble, getting a lawyer, insurance or this or that. Like they're just kind of a good mediator.
Yeah.
So I like to book off Airbnb if I can, like with somebody that I know or I've stayed with them multiple times.
For sure.
But really having that peace of mind of, that little bit of Airbnb tax is worth having the customer service of the person going, no. Like this place does not look like what you posted the pictures of. No. They're getting that back, or, this isn't where it said it was, or, something like that. So it is good to have that peace of mind of that middle road or middleman.
Oh yeah. We have a lot of, not a lot of guest issues, but we've had some things go back and forth, and I really appreciate Airbnb. They help a lot.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't appreciate all those fees, though. I get it.
The fees, like
some of them are ridiculous.
And it's weird. It's different for different cities and states, and they have the taxes built in and stuff like that. But
especially like touristy areas like the one we're in, or Tulum.
Yeah, but it is nice to have that backup, especially like this girl. She was the one that was talking about the friend, and she's like, I'm kicking her out. It's under my name. I'm responsible for this place. I was like, you sure as hell are, bitch.
Yeah.
Like, so, you got to pay for whatever she fucked up or stole or whatever. So like we said, we think she got blood on the towels and threw them away or something.
Yeah, I'm sure that's what happened. And who doesn't, like, if I get an altercation with my friend and kick her out of my Airbnb, what's the first thing I'm going to go do? Check her room that she was in. See if she was pissed off at me, if she broke something or took something or smeared something on the wall or something. That would be the first room and maybe I wouldn't notice, hey, there's 6 towels missing, but I bet I would.
Yeah.
And be like, hey, what happened?
They probably thought that you didn't have a count, but you guys are like, you're not an owner, you're a company that runs these things. So the maids know exactly how much or like how many towels are in there and everything.
Oh, yeah.
And it's even more ironic that this girl's complaint was, my friend was stealing with me, and then the room your friend was staying in is missing towels.
Yeah, obviously she was a thief.
So she was a thief. You admitted it, and it's under your name. So sorry about your luck, but that's how it works when you book a place.
Exactly. It sucks because the girl was really nice, and we had a nice, I don't know, rapport with her, and everything was fine after her friend left. So we're missing out on a good Airbnb review because of the girl that got punched and the towel situation. So
yeah, that's too bad.
Sucks
when
for
they
us.
add, like you can add another guest onto your booking.
Yeah.
Are they financially responsible at all? Like, could you have, if she declined, can you go, like if she was on the booking, could you go after her? Or is it
probably not? It's usually whose name it's in.
Who paid for it or whatever.
They're responsible.
True. Yeah, because then it's like a he said, she said kind of thing.
And maybe if she lived in Mexico, we could file a police report or something to go after her, but no, she doesn't
what's the
live here.
point?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, all right. Any other ones? That was an update. You got any new stories?
I got one story and I got 2 questions.
Okay.
So I don't know if you want to hear one of the questions or if you want a story.
Let's do the questions.
Okay. So my first question is for all the listeners. Guests keep asking us, it's going into the holiday season. We're getting a lot of families coming to town. Understandable. But we have had a lot of people ask us, hey, I'm bringing my family and my brand new infant or my baby. Is Tulum family friendly, or is Tulum a great place for an infant? But my first response would want to be no. I mean, I would like you as a guest and we want your money and we want you to stay, but I don't want you to bring your infant to my place and to Tulum. Have you Googled Tulum at all?
Yeah. And I agree. Like, I feel like people don't do much research on where they're going. They just hear things.
Yeah.
But like, it's a weird question to ask anywhere else.
Yeah.
Like, okay, Vegas.
Sure.
That's a weird place to bring your baby, but it's kind of
Even
assumed.
family.
Yeah. Bringing your kids to Vegas. I mean, it's doable, but it's not usually you do that when you're like going to a conference or a sporting event or something. You might drag your kids along. But if you're going to for like a weekend in Vegas, yeah, that's not the place. You kind of know that. But I don't know any other city that I would ask that about. Like, if I'm going to like Dallas or Houston, would you ever go, hey, is Houston a family friendly place? Like
Google it.
Yeah, but like Tulum is like kind of a Vegas or a Miami Beach type of place. Yeah. It's a party place.
Yeah.
It's a party atmosphere. It's known for that. It's
Yes.
literally known for some of the biggest music festivals in the world. It's known to be super expensive. I mean, not super expensive, but like extravagant.
Yeah.
And
More pricey
yeah,
kind of
like
town.
a little higher price tag, and it's not direct. I mean, there's not a playground in every fucking corner. So why? Like, what are you asking?
I know.
Like, did you not look this up at all?
And like, Mexico can be family friendly. Tulum can be family friendly. There are places to go like Xcaret or Xel-Há or, you know, the beach even, or you can cater your vacation to be family friendly. But I don't know if that's the first place I want to take my family, my young family,
Right.
and my infant. And especially our homes are $500,000 granite, lots of stairs and pools that are not protected. And
In the jungle.
I just think, and in the jungle. So I don't know if I would want to bring my infant there. I can understand if you're a husband and wife and you're like, we want to go to fucking Mexico. We want to get the fuck out of here. Can we bring our kids with us? Sure, you can. Would I recommend it? Probably not.
No.
I don't know.
I had somebody in one of the Facebook groups that was talking about that with Playa del Carmen, asking if it was family friendly, and somebody was like, oh yeah, of course. And I disagree.
Yeah.
To me, family friendly means it is catered to, and maybe we all have different definitions of the word.
Yeah.
To me, family friendly means it is catered to families with children.
Right.
Playa del Carmen is not.
Yeah.
It is like the main kind of touristy area is a long street with a bunch of bars and restaurants and shopping. The beach is the beach. It's no different than any other beach. But like I said, there's not playgrounds. There's not like kids thing. You could take your family. It's definitely a place you can bring your kids.
Right.
But the family friendly aspect is going to be what resort you stay at. You know,
Right.
there's the Nickelodeon resort and, you know, the Disney and, you know, all these different types of like kind of themes are
even the regular all-inclusive resorts. They have kid stuff.
Oh yeah,
or
yeah.
Kid areas.
Like the one across from, or that was it the Wyndham now used to be the
Puerto Royale.
Yeah, but what was it? Remember it had that. It was, Panama Jacks. That's what it was.
Yeah.
We were trying to think about that the other day. Like that place. It's a kid. It's not adults only. It's a kid.
Yeah.
Or family hotel as well.
Yes.
They have like a little playground thing in the water, like in the pool. It's like a water parky kind of thing. Like it
Yeah.
has like the shallow pools and the sprays. And there's a kid zone where you can go there and like the parents can drop their kids off and stuff like that. So that hotel is family friendly, but I wouldn't consider like the city like centered around children.
Right.
There's nothing for kids to really fucking do.
You could take your kids anywhere here
Other
and
than go to the beach.
They'll accept them, but do you want to take your kids to a bunch of random bar restaurant type of deals? I don't know. So
Yeah.
we get that. We just, explain the best we can about Tulum without making it sound not kid friendly.
Yeah, so I say yes, that is a weird fucking question to ask. Do some research on where you're going or know what you want to do when you get there.
Exactly.
And if there's not a lot of kid things to do, then that's up to you, bro.
Yeah.
You know.
We have a lot of people ask us like, what should we do while we're there? I can't believe you haven't looked up anything or have no idea what you want to do here.
Yeah. Well, and
there's so many things.
And a lot of people are different. They have some people just like us bringing our dogs around. They like to bring their kids. I mean, it's not necessarily for them to do things. It's just they don't want to leave them with someone else.
Right.
Like I have a couple friend. They took their like infant to all through South America and to Argentina, and I think they were going to like Antarctica or something. And then our friend Taylor, like they always take their kids to like Turkey or something like that. So yeah, I mean, some people are different. They just want to bring their kids with, not necessarily for the kids to do things.
Yes.
So but yeah. So all right. Well, good question.
Yeah.
I think we should get out of here for today.
Yep.
I don't know what we got planned this weekend. Anything big?
Very light weekend.
Light weekend.
I like it.
I like it. I like it a lot.
Maybe see the Sunday Funday crew. Maybe just enjoy some beach time.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah, so I'm sure some weird fucking shit will happen, and we will talk about it next week.
Yes.
But I also want to wish a happy 72nd birthday to my dad. He turned 72 on Wednesday.
Yes. So. Feliz cumpleaños, Mark. Felicidades.
Alive and kicking.
Yeah.
Is it still alive and kicking or alive and still kicking?
He always says, not bad for a 7-year-old. Still alive and kicking, or still kicking it. Yeah, he says it backwards or something, but it's cute.
Yeah.
Still alive and kicking.
Well, there's like two different ways you can say it, but I can't remember. I always have to look up the T-shirt that we got him.
We all got him a T-shirt.
So happy birthday, Dad.
Happy birthday.
Again, thank you everybody for listening. If you would like to be a monthly Fuck You supporter, go to hansonsonhiatus.com. You can find all of our podcast links, all our video links, our merch store, which Alexis is getting the what do you got? Christmas and New Year's, and New Year's designs up there. They're up.
They're up.
They are up.
Get ready to Celebrate the holiday.
Yeah. You can also do the one-time donation type of thing with buymeacoffee.com. You can buy some virtual beers. And share with all your friends.
Yeah.
If you're enjoying the podcast, we really appreciate all your support. It's been an awesome year. I can't believe it's almost over. It's only a couple of weeks left.
I can't believe it. I just can't.
I'm already planning my shit for the Super Bowl, figuring out what breweries to go to in Nolans.
I know. You're gonna be gone and have more stories from there.
No, buddy.
And I'll get my 2 weeks of alone time every year. I count it down.
With my parents. No, it's kidding. They'll just be in town.
They are fine.
Yeah,
They'll take me to dinner.
Yeah. All right. As usual, like, follow, share, subscribe. Spotify, YouTube, Instagram, iTunes, YouTube Music.
Yes.
At Hansons on Hiatus. Hope everybody has a great, safe weekend. Happy Friday, fuckers.
Happy Friday, fuckies.
That's it. Thanks for listening. Goodbye for now. Bye.